Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bronson's Soapbox. So, today I was supposed to talk about polyamorous relationships and fallout and romantic relationships in video games and how they're poorly represented. But The Force Awakens is coming out this week, and 99.9% of the stuff on the website is Star Wars related. And I thought I'd go along with that theme. So, today I'm going to talk about Star Wars Battlefront, like the new one, what they could have done to improve it, fix it, etc. And also what I would want from a future Star Wars game or games, and some things I'd like to see Star Wars do in video games now that they are owned by Disney and have a higher chance of being less terrible. So, the new Battlefront. Wildly disappointing. From a presentation standpoint, it's awesome. It's one of the best looking games of the year, best sounding games of the year. It feels like you're in the movie. It feels like you're legitimately in Star Wars. Like you are in Star Wars. But the shooting doesn't feel super great. It feels kind of loose and weird. It's very unbalanced on Endor, for example. I think I've only seen the Empire win once, and the opposite goes for Hoth, where it's also wildly imbalanced. And there's just not enough content. You can see, everything that game has to offer in, a week around there. And it's just not fun enough to keep going back to what little content that is there. So, what I would do to fix it, I would, add a single player. Battlefront 2 came out, almost 10 years ago, and its single player was just bot matches. But, I was encouraged to play through those bot matches because that story about the 501st was dope as hell. The next part would be to, as far as new content goes, more maps. I know not everyone loves the prequels, but the prequel content in Battlefront 2 was really awesome. Some people like that. Kashyyyk was a really awesome map. That Clone Trooper map was awesome. And it feels like almost all of this, except for, of course, the single player, was saved for the season passes, and that just feels extra gross, because that means, if you want, the real Star Wars Battlefront, you have to pay $120, and that's just, God, just nasty. Just feels gross. But yeah, I would say if you're a gigantic Star Wars fan, you just love Star Wars and you can't get enough of it, go pick it up. It feels like you're in the movies. It's awesome. If you're anyone else, kind of wait on it. As for what I want them to do with Star Wars in the future, look, Disney owns Star Wars now. Let me put this out there. Keyblade lightsaber. Star Wars needs to be in Kingdom Hearts. It's a kid-friendly enough story for it. I think Luke Skywalker would be a cool person to have. If not, at least have, the Millennium Falcon, be a summon that comes in and flies in, does an airstrike and leaves then, maybe, or something. I don't know. I think that'd be cool. So that's that. Two, rumors have been floating around that Star Wars 1313 is still a thing. No. Just no. The Force Unleashed 1 was okay. The Force Unleashed 2 was bad. Really bad. That game was 4 hours long and it felt like 20. Just no. Just no. Just don't, no. Just go new. I would say a Battlefront 2, but with a single player and some more content fleshed out. Or a Republic Commando, a Ghost Recon style shooter in Star Wars. That'd be super cool. Or maybe another KOTOR, pour a bunch of money at, CD Projekt Rev and be Star Wars? Witcher Star Wars actually seems like it'd be kind of cool if the beginning, if they made it so it got going quickly. Yeah, a while ago I did a video on how Star Wars needs to stop. But everything about The Force Awakens kind of refreshed me on that. And Star Wars Battlefront is by no means a bad game. It's the first, good Star Wars game in quite some time. A very, 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 very long time. It's just not great. What would I personally, ideally, I would say, hey, you know, Dragon Age, Mass Effect guys, Witcher guys, like, like a big Western RPG team to make a new Knights of the Republic. Like, that's ideally what I'd want. That or talk to Platinum Games about doing a, like, Jedi simulator. Like, okay, we want Bayonetta or Metal Gear Rising with a Jedi. Like, I think that'd be super interesting and super cool. Like, you're playing as, like, Obi-Wan and Anakin during, like, the prequels or, something like that. Like, that'd be super interesting and super cool. Um, I don't know, like, obviously with Star Wars, you're kind of bound to certain things. Like, they can't make, like, a really gritty, M-rated Star Wars. Like, it kind of has to be somewhat kid-friendly. You're kind of bound to whatever Disney wants. The Lego games are great, but like they already did all 6 movies, so I mean, really, just like an HD port of that would be cool. Like, um, I don't know. I thought that pod racing game was pretty great back on N64. Can they do another one of those? Would anyone besides me want that? I don't know. It's weird. Um, as for this movie, I obviously haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna wait about a week until after it's out. The theaters aren't as crazy. I hope it's good. It's I didn't think the prequels were as bad as everyone says. I thought Episode 1 was okay. I thought Episode 2 was a genuinely awful movie. And I actually thought Episode 3 was a good flick. I thought it was a really good flick. Now, I'm not as picky about movies as I am games, but still, I enjoyed Episode 3 quite a bit. And I think that this new movie under Disney has a lot of potential to be a really, really good movie. Like a really good, well-made flick. And I hope the games follow suit. I hope everything about this turns out like to Star Wars being as big as it was at its peak. Not what it's been from like 2006 to like early last year, where it was like this dead husk propped up by George Lucas to pulling cash. But I don't know. This has been a really ranty episode, like really just off-topic tangent. Anyway, I'll be back next week with that polyamorous relationships episode. Actually, no, I won't because it's Game of the Year Awards. But I'll be back the week after that with that polyamorous relationships episode. Please follow us on Twitter at TheGamerAccess, Facebook.com, TheGamerAccess.com, and follow us on Twitch.tv/GamerAccess. When you scroll down, there's a donation button. Any donations would be appreciated. They go to stuff like capture cards, cameras, travel, so we can cover events like E3 and do lots of cool interviews and make dumb videos in weird places. Maybe next time there's an event down in Vegas like Evo, like we can go do Gangnam Style or what's that new song they did? Whatever, in front of the Bellagio, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next week.